Welcome back to gardening from start to finish. This is Mike, and by request, I had someone on the Facebook page sent me a message, and they requested I do a video on identifying wild plants as well as foraging plants. With that said, I do need to say a disclaimer, which is obviously do not harvest anything from the wild unless you are positively 100% sure of what it is that you're harvesting. We'll start out here with this particular plant. This is your common broadleaf dock. You can see it has the vein down the center of the leaf is red. Today is April the 14th. So we're just going to hit, I think what I'm going to do is a series of these videos, and we'll show different types of plants throughout different stages of the year. So this one here is broadleaf dock. It has a red vein going down the center of it. It's very distinguishable, you know, from other types, and I'll show you another one here in a second. The dock plant, you can harvest the root. It is very high in vitamins A and vitamin C. It actually has more than 50% vitamin C than what your typical carrot does. Here's another type of dock. Let me show you. This one, as you notice, is a little bit skinnier of a leaf. It's a more elongated leaf. This is yellow dock. Now there are about 200 different species of dock that are annuals, biennials, perennials. They belong to the buckwheat family, actually. So we'll move along. There's a lot to look at out here today. This right here, it kind of looks like a dock, but it's not, okay? This has more of a fuzzy leaf texture to it. Up underneath, it might be hard to see, but it's white, and this actually has kind of a fuzzy feel to it. This is burdock, which is not in the same family. This you might see later in the season, grows very tall and gets kind of spine-like seed pods to it. And I'm going to take you guys on a little stroll through the woods here. Let's see, we've got a lot of stuff coming up here. I'll show you these little seedlings. There's some here. There's some over here. These are the emerging seedlings of jewelweed, which again I can show you later on in the season. Jewelweed is actually related to the impatiens family and is very, very good at helping curb the itch of poison ivy. I'm going to go a little deeper in the woods. We're along a creek bottom here, or crick, however you want to call it. It's not very large. And you're going to notice all through here, there's a lot of these in this forest. These are what's called the spotted yellow trout lily, and we'll look around here today. Oh, here we got one getting ready to flower. These are very short-lived. These open up to a yellow flower, and the flower actually hangs down towards the ground. These don't have any edible use that I'm aware of. If somebody else might know of something, please post at the bottom of the page or when this video is over. You'll see this whole forest floor is just absolutely covered with these things. This is very rich soil in through here. It floods sometimes after very heavy rainfalls, in which if you see garbage laying around, that's why. I want to show you guys while I'm down here. I might have to actually zoom out. This is one of my favorite trees on the property. This is a red maple. It's probably several hundred years old, and the entire thing is covered with giant burls up and down the trunk. Unfortunately, this thing has seen its better day. It only has two limbs coming out the top. That's all that's left. But it's just a neat tree to look at. We'll walk on through here. Oh, here's one right here. This is something that's really easy to find. And probably pretty much everybody knows about it. These are your wild spring onions. Let's see if I can get them up out of here. Nope, snapped off. Oh. Let's see if I can get some out of here. We'll find some along the way here somewhere else. The soil's very wet down here, so it's kind of hard to pull anything up. Here's a bunch more over here. Let's see if we can get some of this up so I can show you guys. There's big clusters of it. It's almost like a grassy texture. Ah, there we go. Here's a couple. I don't know if you can see that, but it has a small bulb on it just like an onion. And these things are actually pretty daggone good. It's got a onion kind of slight garlic flavor to it. Now you would think with the soil being as moist down here as it is, I mean this is excellent soil, that this would be a place for ramps. However, that's something that I've never found growing down here. I'm going to take a short little walk. Like I said, I'm just going to walk along here and kind of point things out as they come. I follow a deer trail here. Should have brought my dog with me. Maybe we could have found some antlers laying around somewhere. Might be a little late though, because usually the squirrels get to them before anybody else. And they chew the antlers to give them calcium in their diet. Again, you can see these trout lilies just absolutely cover this floor. We're a little early out here, but this does tend to pop up with trilliums, mayaples, all kinds of neat stuff. But it's, like I said, it's a little early for some of that stuff still. This right here, this is very distinguishable. This is your wild grapevine, and this, as you can see, it's made its way up, and it's pretty much strangling out the top of the tree up there. Here's another one over here. It's a wild grape. Oh, there's a wild grape, and everybody's favorite. This is kind of good here. Here's a wild grapevine going up the tree, and we also have another type of vine, and this is poison ivy. One of the main ways you can tell a poison ivy vine, especially when they're mature like this, is they tend to have hairy roots that grow all out along the side of the tree. And that's how part of the way they get their moisture. Let's go back this way. Like I said, guys, what I'm going to do is do a series of these types of videos, because there's just too many different things at different times of the year popping out to put it all into one video. Got some viburnums that are starting to leaf out. That's what all these little yellow flowers are down through here. These are all a viburnum. Actually, Viburnum prunifolium, if you want to get technical, which I believe is a Blackhall viburnum. Here's more trout lilies with the flowers about to come out and emerge, and right there behind it is some wild onion or spring onion. Let's see what else we have. Here's some See what we find in these thickets over here. Right here we have wild honeysuckle, which gets very thick down here. This is one of the first vines you're going to see leaf out early in the spring. And if you've ever picked honeysuckle flowers off as a kid and sucked the nectar out of them, then you pretty much know what I'm talking about. Tastes pretty good. Bear with me, we're walking along here, see if we find anything else of interest to point out. You can see this deer trail is pretty heavily traveled. There's prints all through here. But as deer always do, come mating season, they're going to change their habit and they're going to start walking in a different direction. And this time of year they really like it down here. It's because they're probably feeding off all this honeysuckle. That's a main staple for their diet in the springtime. I saw something else on my way down here, trying to find where it was. I think it might have been on the other side of the creek here. Here's some more wild grape. This stuff is not edible, by the way. The grapes are nasty. I would not recommend. Actually, I think they might be slightly poisonous. Some deer hoof prints right there. Coming through, crossing right here. It's a little bit early too, but soon it's going to be time for morel season. Maybe after this rain goes through and we get a day or two of warm sunny weather, might get some morels pop up. Oh, here we go, we got something here. This is your wild blackberry. You can't miss it. It's kind of got a bluish colored stem. However, if you see, if I rub it, that comes right off. And it also has thorns on it. But these are all over the place. They grow wild pretty much, I think, in most of the continental US. You can harvest the wild blackberries off of those. You see, we've got a lot of spring onion through here. So, alright guys, I've already gone 13 minutes. It doesn't seem like it, but like I said, we'll do a series of these videos on and off throughout the course of the year and just kind of do a little wild plant identification. So, until next time, we'll see you guys later.